YouTube or film school? If you're an aspiring filmmaker, you've probably asked the same question. And if you haven't, you probably should. My name is John Cobb. I'm a master's film student at USC School of Cinematic Arts. And now for 4 main reasons, I'm a YouTuber. Let me explain why. So if you want to be a filmmaker, the best way to learn isn't just to study, it's to make films over and over again. This is what Malcolm Gladwell calls the 10,000 hour principle.
How long do you have to work at something before you become really good, right? And the answer seems to be, it's an extraordinarily consistent answer in an incredible number of fields, and that is, you need to have practice, to have apprenticed for 10,000 hours before you get good.
Mozart, 10.
Mozart is composing at 11, but he's composing garbage at 11. I mean, he doesn't produce something great until he's 22 or 23.
Mastery comes from consistent practice. But repetition alone is not going to do it for you. It's about deliberate practice, right? Refining your skills with each attempt. There's a story that James Clear tells in Atomic Habits about the professor of a beginning photography class. This photography professor split his class into one of 2 groups. One group was graded on quantity, where basically the more photos they took, the better their grade was. And the other was graded on a single perfect photo, which they had all semester to produce. The result? The quantity group produced the best work. Why? Because they practiced. Now, the same thing applies to filmmaking. Your first video is probably gonna suck, but your 100th video might also suck. Who knows? But it's gonna be significantly better than your first one. Don't take my word for it. Here's Mr. Beast saying the same thing.
To do, this applies to people who have not uploaded videos but have dreams of being a YouTuber, is make 100 videos and improve something every time. Do that. And then on your 101st video, we'll start talking, like maybe you can get some views, but you know, your first 100 are gonna suck. Just make 100 videos, improve something each time, and then talk to me on your 101st video.
But there's another creator who I think exemplifies this point from a storytelling standpoint even better than Mr. Beast. Casey Neistat uploaded daily for years, and in doing so became one of the greatest, most legendary storytellers on the platform.
Number 1, the most important thing, is of course the story. But what is a story? Here's a super basic breakdown of a story, and every good story follows this rule. That is the rule of a 3-act narrative. You've got a beginning, you've got a middle, you've got an end. Setup, conflict, resolution.
He didn't just shoot and upload, he refined his skills day after day.
And that right there was sort of the promise or the deal that I made with myself, was never an obligation to share with you the intimacies of every day of my life. This isn't a journal, but instead, could I find every day in my life a 3-act narrative to share?
That goes back to what we were saying before. It's not just practice, it's pushing yourself a little bit further every time. Now, Casey once said,
"The most dangerous thing you can do in your career, the most dangerous thing you can do in life is play it safe."
Which perfectly encapsulates the YouTube approach to filmmaking. On a more personal note, I've obsessed over and studied YouTube for years, but I never had the courage to take the step and upload a video. Until last week, if you're watching this video right when it comes out. But when I finally did the thing and shot the video and uploaded it, it didn't turn out very good. Like, the first 2 videos I uploaded to this channel kind of suck. If you're interested in becoming a better storyteller in the creator economy, then click the link on the screen and subscribe. This was eye-opening for me because I've not just studied film, but I've studied YouTube for so long. To have this knowledge and these expectations that you know what you're doing, and then to work hard on a video, upload it, and it isn't everything that you want it to be, sucks.
Your first 100 are gonna suck.
So it taught me that mastery doesn't come from passive observation or studying, but from pushing yourself with every iteration. At the time of this video, these uploads were just 1 week ago. Now, if you want to see me figure out how this YouTube thing works, or if you just start a channel of your own, then hit that subscribe button and let's figure it out together. YouTube, more than any other platform, gives you the opportunity to experiment and develop your own unique voice. Unlike Hollywood, where every decision is filtered through layers of executives, on YouTube, you're the writer, the director, the editor, and the distributor.
And it always takes way longer than you think it's going to. Oh yeah.
So in my first year of grad school at USC, I directed 5 projects, only 2 of which were longer than 1 minute. And while I learned a lot from all of these projects, most of them were shot and edited by my classmates. The most valuable lessons that film school has taught me have been in collaboration and leadership. But for honing your creative voice, You need a space where you can create often with full creative control. Rick Rubin, in his book The Creative Act, puts it best. He says, instead of searching for inspiration, allow it to find you. Create consistently, and your unique voice will emerge. The key takeaway is that you don't wait for creativity, you cultivate it. Since YouTube has lower stakes than a traditional film production, you can try new formats, you can take risks, and you can find what resonates with you and your audience.
I'm vegan and it's nice to meet ya. I'm Bo-Yo. I'm the greatest rapper ever, and I'll whether you think I'm clever or not.
Filmmakers like Bo Burnham experimented on YouTube before moving into mainstream filmmaking.
You're killing me here, Zach. What is that?
I'm just trying to do my own thing here, sir.
Okay, you don't have to call me sir. And just
I think the years of trial and error in a low-stakes environment helped Bo Burnham develop a unique storytelling voice, but also a voice that speaks directly to a particular audience. I mean, take Inside, for example.
Welcome to the internet. Have a look around.
There's a reason that these skits feel so poignant, and it's because Bo spent a long time learning his audience and how to make content that spoke directly to them. So it's not just good art. It's good art directed at the right people. It's knowing who your art is speaking to and how to speak to them, if that makes sense. And again, on YouTube, you're forced to wear multiple hats. You're your own cinematographer, your editor, your marketer, and your writer. And this makes you a more well-rounded filmmaker. When the time comes and you're in the position to lead a team on a bigger project, you'll know what goes into every single role, which will make you a stronger creative leader. Something really interesting is happening. Traditional media is moving towards the creator economy, not the other way around. Shows that once would have worked great on network TV are now thriving here on YouTube. Take Caleb Hammer, for example. His channel functions as a modern-day financial talk show, but it's on YouTube.
Yeah, $7.94 spent on fast food. That's crazy, dude. In a month? For your income situation, you spend nearly 40% of your income on fast food.
Cleo Abram, who started in traditional media, now runs Huge If True as a fully independent YouTube show. Even major companies like Netflix and Disney are tapping into YouTube personalities. These companies understand that YouTube native creators have built-in audiences and storytelling expertise that resonates with modern viewers. They know who their audiences are. Hollywood used to be a gatekeeper of visual storytelling. But today, people want to watch individuals over institutions. The next generation of filmmakers won't necessarily come from film school. They'll probably come from YouTube. But don't take my word for it. This idea that the next generation of amazing storytellers is coming from online content creation instead of film school is not a unique idea.
To me, the great hope is that now these little 8mm video recorders and stuff are coming around. Some just people who normally wouldn't make movies are going to be making them, and suddenly one day some little fat girl in Ohio is going to be the new Mozart, and make a beautiful film with her little father's camera recorder. And for once, the so-called professionalism about movies will be destroyed forever, and it'll really become an art form. That's my opinion.
Now, for me, this decision to move to YouTube isn't just strategic, it's personal. I fell in love with filmmaking because of YouTube.
What are you doing? I'm getting inspiration from other videos. Hey.
Ryan Higa, Smosh, these creators made me want to pick up a camera. And now, after years of studying film in an academic setting, I'm realizing that the magic I fell in love with isn't necessarily in a lecture hall. It might be here on YouTube in my room with a camera. And I know that I'm not alone in this. There's a whole generation of filmmakers coming up now that was inspired by online internet creators. David F. Sandberg, who directed Shazam, started with YouTube short films. The Daniels, who directed Everything Everywhere All at Once, they also got their start making weird and experimental internet videos as well. So that's why I'm becoming a YouTuber. It's so that I can tell stories, build an audience, and get a lot of repetitions doing the thing that I love. So if you're a filmmaker trying to make your path, then maybe it's time to stop waiting for permission. Start creating now, start uploading. And if you want to join me on this journey, then subscribe to this channel. We're just getting started.